Hi, my name is Anderson. Today we'll be going over the pathway of blood through the cardiopulmonary circuit. So this is your heart. Your heart acts as the pump for the entire circulatory system. So let's go over the heart real quick. The heart consists of four main chambers. You have your right atrium, your right ventricle, your left atrium, keeping the oracle, and the left ventricle. So now let's see this in step by step. So first, blood will travel through the right atrium. Note at this point the blood is returning from the body, so the blood at this point is mostly deoxygenated. It'll flow into the right atrium. So from the right atrium, it'll flow through the tricuspid valve and into the right ventricle. Let's have a better look at what that would look like. So, as you can see here, the blood will flow into the right atrium, and from here, the blood will flow through the tricuspid valve and sit in here, the left ventricle. Oh, right ventricle, sorry. So during the contractions, the right ventricle will then push blood through the pulmonic valve and into the pulmonary trunk, which is seen here. The pulmonary trunk will actually branch off and lead to the right and left pulmonary arteries. Now, it's worth noting that most of the time when you're talking about the body, arteries carries oxygenated blood while veins carry deoxygenated blood. This is an exception where the pulmonary artery actually carries deoxygenated blood. So the pulmonary arteries goes to the lungs and where they do the exchange of O2 and CO2. The exchange occurs in the alveoli sacs. Once the exchange happens, the oxygenated blood that begins its journey back through the heart through the pulmonary vein. Note, this is also a unique circumstance where the pulmonary vein actually carries oxygenated blood. From the pulmonary vein, the blood enters the left atrium. Notice how there's two sides here for the left and right pulmonary veins for the blood to enter. So the blood enters the left atrium. So from the left atrium, the blood will then flow through the mitral valve and then sit in the left ventricle. Finally, the blood is pumped from the left ventricle through the aortic valve and into the aorta. The aorta then feeds the rest of the body through a series of arteries and blood vessels. Once the oxygen becomes deoxygenated and it's traveled to where it needs to go, the blood will then begin its journey back to the heart, where it will end up at either the superior vena cava or the inferior vena cava. So you can notice here, the superior vena cava will be coming up through here, and the inferior vena cava will be coming up through here. And then the process is complete and the cycle restarts again. Thank you for listening. Everything I discussed can be found in our textbook. Have a good day.